Hey, welcome. I'm Krakenfall. If you're new here, this is not the type of content I normally make. If you're not new here, welcome back. I have some major changes that I'm going to be making to this channel, but it's because I found out that I have depression and anxiety, and it's a huge surprise to me. I would not have thought that on my own. Only through the work that I've done with medical professionals and a therapist have I come to understand this. And so I have had a really hard time making this video. There's a couple things I want to cover. I want to cover the change in direction for the channel and what I'm going to, the process that I'm going to be using to make videos from now on. And I want to talk about how I've experienced depression and anxiety. I don't know. For me, I was a sleeper. I didn't know I was sleeper depressive. I didn't know I had it. So like, if I can help somebody get closer to understanding what's going on with them, if that person is experiencing things similar to me, like I feel really strongly that I want to help you by just giving you information. I tried recording this video, like I think this is the 6th time. I'm gonna be using takes from the other recording attempts, and they're gonna be in different like places. Yeah, here we go. Hello, I'm Krakenfall. I've been gone for a long time, and there's a good reason for that. This video is to talk about a little bit of the challenges I've been facing in the last 6 months, but mostly to let you know that this channel is going to be changing quite a bit, or at least I see it as changing. Maybe it's not going to be so different from what I've been doing already, but the mindset is changing because I'm going to be focusing on what excites me and interests me and, makes me excited to make, So I've come to a realization. That realization is that I'm tired. One of the things that I don't really show on Twitch or in my videos, and I guess I've kind of started to talk about it, especially in my wildlife walk videos or whatever you want to call them, my vlogs, that I've got a lot going on under the surface. I have always been thought of by my friends as a chill person, but like, I'm in therapy, which is another story. If you don't agree with therapy, then neither did I, at least not for myself. So that's another story. I just found out this year that I have chronic depression and probably have had chronic depression since I was a kid. Since like 10 to 12. Maybe even earlier. I found this video from Stanford School of Medicine, Robert Sapolsky, and he was going through a lecture for medical professionals that are in school, and he described depression as a disease. In that lecture, he had a explanation, or he had a couple bullet points of like descriptions of depression. Tangent, he goes through and actually talks about all the ways that depression indicates or is expressed in your body through your adrenal system, through your brain, different sections in your brain, your amygdala and your prefrontal cortex and several other things. Like he goes through a lot of deep information. I can post that in the description if you're interested. But he had a bullet list of things, a bullet list of symptoms that applied to depression. And the top one was anhedonia. Anhedonia is a fancy way of saying that you don't enjoy things that you used to enjoy. You can't experience pleasure, or you have reduced pleasure for things that you used to find pleasure in. And that was like a slap in the face for me. Other things that that he goes into is grief and guilt. That's shame. Totally understand that. Cognitive distortions, which is sort of a complicated topic, but in general, you find yourself believing information or believing conclusions that you don't actually have data to back it up. Rumination, so lots and lots of overthinking. Psychomotor slowing. It means that you kind of slow down a bit, whether that means you get more tired and you sleep a lot more, or clumsiness sometimes. I could get a list, but I'm just gonna I'm not going to. Unaliving and self-harm. I'm saying that word just because of the algorithm, but like I haven't had any problem with that myself, but I have in the past, long time ago, when I was a teenager. But it's definitely part of it, and so that's why I need to take this seriously and kind of adjust my life in order to take some of the pressure off. I'm still working with medical professionals to figure out what's going on and figure out the right path forward for myself. But, this is worth taking seriously. I'm also an anxious person, which I fought against that idea for a long time. But if anxiety is defined as worry, then I guess I can kind of see it. A lot of the things that I do, and honestly, a lot of the things that I do that are responsible for my success in work or school or anything, it's mostly fear-based motivation. That's anxiety. And just because I've figured out that for myself, I can do something about it to lower the fear or de-escalate the fear and mitigate it, and reduce the stress of that potential outcome from happening, that still means I'm an anxious person. And, I think to some degree with the channel and making videos, I am anxious. Well, it's not some degree. I know that I'm anxious about it. Because when I'm working on a video, whether it's a reaction or a gameplay video or a let's play or a video that hasn't even had 1 minute of recorded footage, I go through this constant iteration, this constant cycle of this is going to be bad. Oh no. How do I make it not bad? Okay, well, I need it to do this. It must do this. I can't. But I kind of go into analysis paralysis making videos. And it is because I have these negative feelings that just well up and kind of fill up in my chest all the way up to my throat. And in order to quell those fears, I have to do more things to make it higher quality, to be proud of the output, to make it so that, oh no, what if I offend somebody? Or what if I say something in my last video that I made is how to break a game Let's Game It Out using code. I was terrified of naysayers and people coming out of the woodwork to say, you suck. You didn't do this. Why didn't you do this? I was terrified that the code cops would come out of the woodwork. And, I went through that. I spent actually a lot of time. That's actually a success story because I had that video, being workshopped months. I think I started working on it in January. And then it finally came out in March. And I tried to record it twice, and it's not great. And I realize that's gonna be my process right now if I don't do something. A little bit of the internal turmoil that I deal with in just anything creative, it is the worst with music. And it's gotten so bad with music that I can't even create. There's so much fear and internal judgment and shame anytime I try to do anything with music. That's just really kind of the epitome of what I'm dealing with, you know. As you can see, I'm doing everything I can to try and get this video done. There's one thing, well, there's a few things I want you to take away from this video, is that if you are feeling... Alright, I'm going to try again without the camera on me, because the urge to put on a face and say that it's alright is overwhelming. And this is serious stuff that I can't exactly, well, I won't let myself put a face over. Depression takes the joy out of life. And if depression is disease, then it's not a matter of just bucking up and just getting over it. I feel like without knowing what it was and having this be a problem for so long, I feel like I've already been down that road of just getting over it. And the problem is it doesn't stop. You know, I know what kind of person I am, and I am the kind of person who enjoys sunsets. And I'm the kind of person that loves looking up at the stars at night and having this overwhelming sense of smallness and awe. And I would say that right now I have a joy problem. Not only is it a joy problem, but it is a feeling bad problem. And it turns out that's like depression. Who knew? I think this is so hard to talk about because I kind of want to protect you guys from these feelings. But at the same time, I'm forcing myself to talk about this because if any of you are feeling this too, depression, loss of joy, grief and guilt and shame, constant overthinking, you know, feeling like everything takes in a massive amount of energy, then I want you to know you're not alone. Because everything is better with friends. And what I want to do and have done for the last 6 months is self-isolate. You know, if I feel bad, I'm not gonna lie and say that I feel great. And that means I can't record. So I didn't. I'm kind of learning more about this trifecta, anxiety, depression, and ADHD. And you know, part of what's happening to me is nervous system overload, where you are basically overwhelmed. Your brain is overwhelmed. The exchange of chemicals and the exchange of stress and cortisol and adrenaline in normal mundane situations, the fight or flight, happens to you when you are, you know, writing an email or freaking putting a spoon to your mouth full of cereal, or, you know, whenever it hits you. It is your body being overloaded. What it means is that I need to slow down, and I need to give myself space and grace for not doing the things I want to get done and not enjoying the things that I thought I would enjoy. I'm a person that's only ever gotten anywhere by white knuckling it through whatever comes my way. But the solution to being too tired to run a marathon is not to run a marathon. Your body needs rest. And so that's what I'm going to have to do. And on the side of ADHD, like, part of the way I got myself here is by like operationalizing my channel and trying to build workflows and doing all the things that you do at work to be successful and make a lot of money, but then, you know, just do my hobby. Like, it just added to the strain. And so I got to change the way I do the channel, and I can't force myself. That means that I need to do things that I like. You know, not that I don't like doing reactions or gameplay videos, but At times it doesn't excite me. Like a lot of times it doesn't excite me. I'll tell you right now, editing is like fun when it's done, but doing it, especially with ADHD, a sustained task with decision overload, hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of decisions in the edit with, that's before I put memes in, like, and I'm really bad at that too. I got to be excited to edit it, which means I got to be excited about the content and the video that I make. So I'm going to change how I'm doing this. Like I'm overflowing with video ideas, and then part of the, like I'm overthinking everything because I don't want to fail. And so my algorithm is currently focused on reactions and Let's Game It Out content. And, just a smaller degree Let's Plays. But I kind of have to throw the algorithm to the curb, and not just for my mental health, but just to get anything out. I need to follow the excitement. And I don't know what that means. I have ideas. I might do some maker videos, DIY videos. I might do some opinion videos. I might freaking do 10 lessons I learned from software development. Like philosophy, life lessons, I guess. And then I can talk about it. I don't know. There are many ways I can do this. But I think what comes next has got to be stuff that I'm interested in, and I want to tell you guys. I'm excited to tell you guys. I'm excited to show you guys. I think part of the reason I was white knuckling the channel so much before was that I was trying to get to a equilibrium of skill, I guess, like building up tools, building up an environment of enablement, which is a pro tip for ADHD, by the way, so that doing cool things, next level, elevated things would be easier. But that requires a lot of upfront work and working on yourself, like self-improvement, skill learning, that kind of stuff. And I kind of just think that I need to accept where I'm at now. I need to accept what I can make. Tell you what though, this has not been fun. I want to let you know that everything is going to be okay. And it's not a lie. I know that it always gets better. I've seen it in my life and others. And even if I don't feel that, I can wait. I've got all the time in the world. So I'm going to rest and learn more. But if you want to help, then wait for my stuff. It's going to be good. I'm going to like it, so I hope you'll like it. And if you're here only for the reactions, then, well, one, what are you doing listening to this video for so long? And two, feel free to unsubscribe. And I don't mean that in a get out kind of way, but it's okay kind of way. It's okay to unsubscribe. I'm literally changing why you might have subscribed. So, have a great life. Maybe I'll see you again. But if you're interested and you want to get to know me better, then stick around. It'll be good. That sunset is really beautiful, though. I think it's time to think about how I'm doing the channel, and obviously lots of other things in my life, but I'm not going to go too far into that here. Especially when I'm making videos like this. So disorganized and... yeah. What can I change? Well, in order to answer that, I kind of have to talk about what's my overall goal for the channel? Why do I do this? And when I think about what kind of content I want to make, to think about how I would even change it, my whole goal for the channel is to help people. And to help people in a way that is sustainable for me. Failed at that, but shut up, Kraken. What does that even mean? Right? What does helping people mean? For my Let's Play series, the idea was to provide a safe space to like be able to watch somebody play games that you're interested in with a unique perspective, somebody who is looking out for and not including, the dangers and the stresses of the world in his content, right? It'd be like watching your big brother play video games and just be able to vibe, And that's a very low bar for like for like helping people, but that is authentically what I was trying to do. Genuinely what I was trying to do. And I still think that I want to do that to some degree because I love playing video games, right? That helps me and it helps you, hopefully. It's fun to watch personalities play video games. If YouTube and live streaming industries or anything to go by. That's still like thinking about others before myself. Like, what skills do I have? What am I interested in? What excites me? What engages me? What makes me motivated? I used to edit somewhere around 50 hours a week. I was staying up super late. And when the channel first took off, when my reactions to Let's Game It Out really started taking off, like, I was zoned in, right? And that was really cool. Actually, even before that, I was editing Let's Plays, and it still would take like 4 or 5 hours per hour episode. And who am I helping, right? Like, ideally, that I can at least help the people who are like me, who've had similar experiences, who may be going through the similar overwhelming feelings, the similar, have similar interests. Self-doubt, you. Okay. Hot damn, Kraken. You're bleeding on the inside. My spoon's too big. My spoon's too big. My anus is bleeding. That's it. I wanted to come back to YouTube. So this is me just dumping all these thoughts that I've had over the last several weeks into a video. I am getting treated for depression, and if you think that you have depression, then I urge you to go find a medical professional that you can talk to, either an actual therapist or even a general practice physician. Go to your main doctor and explain how you feel. The people around you care for you, and the world is better off with you in it. So please take care of yourself. If you're still here, thank you for watching. I appreciate you listening to what I have to say, and I am glad to be back. I'm looking forward to the next video I put out. What it is, I have no idea. That's actually not true. I have an idea. Whether I put out video game videos or maker videos or talking videos, opinion videos, probably not drama, because drama sucks you into the negative way of thinking often, and opens you up to a lot of external viewers and criticism that nobody needs in their life. It's probably not drama. I hope you're in for it. And yeah, let me know what you think down in the comments. Let me know if you have experienced some of the things that I've experienced. Yeah. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful evening or day or whatever else is in front of you. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.